still, I was waiting for the magic number as usual, the 100. It is still not 100. Let's hope your classmates will join and we'll
Welcome to the paradise.
now.
Ma'am, but roll number 100 is here.
I can see only 98.
Yeah, this is enough. If roll number 100 is there.
No, 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 no. Are you 100?
Yeah, ma'am, Vidisha is roll number 100.
No, no,
The
no, no.
luckiest
Roll
number.
number, roll number. I'm telling the
Manisha, ये है
class
कौन
strength
यार?
because I'm
Manisha,
expecting
Manisha,
because
Manisha.
it is a class of 150.
Who is one Manisha?
I usually wait till 100, but it's okay. 97 are there. They can walk in anytime. Let us begin. If you can
कौन है Manisha भाई?
now, when the class starts, a request that you all can mute. You can close your mic, and in between, whenever you want to say something, you remember rule number 1. You can unmute, and then call me so that I stop. It is continuing the discussion of identity. Yeah, Anand Raj.
Ma'am, I guess Anand has not yet realized that his mic is on, actually.
Yeah. Anand Raj, you can mute your mic, and when you want, you can open it and you can speak. You can stop me. You can call me. I'll stop. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay, today's discussion will continue with our earlier class where we were talking of identity formation. With identity formation, we quickly could see what is identity formation. That means we are responsible for forming our identity to a large extent. And that is what gives us a feeling who, it is a question. We are trying to answer the question, who you are and what it means to be who you are. Very beautiful question. And when we discuss about this, it is like today we will be seeing how we fall in love. Interesting? It's
Interesting, ma'am.
I'm sure your parents are listening. They can also.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
They can also join.
No, ma'am, thankfully they're not.
Because this is about falling in love with yourself. Have you ever realized that you are in love with yourself? This is what is identity formation. Knowing what I am. Because when we know who I am, I really like myself. I fall in love with myself. Who I am, what I am for me and for others, it is giving us a sense of identity. This is identity formation it's a mental representation of who we are. If somebody asks us, who are you? What is that first thing which comes from us?
Our names.
Your name?
Human being.
Yes. First, if somebody is asking who you are, our name comes first. So the strongest identity we form after we are born is our we associate ourselves with our name. So first thing is, do you all love your names?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Good to know you all love your names. But sometimes, there are instances where some people don't like their name because they don't choose their names. Their parents, their elders choose the name. So they may not like their name. That really affects. So have you seen some people change their name in the course of their development?
Yes,
Some people
ma'am.
change because it is very important that we love our name. The sweetest sound in the world is one's own name. This is said by Dale Carnegie, who's one of the motivational speakers and writers How to Make Friends and Influence People. Maybe you have heard of Dale Carnegie. He said, and I really understand when he says the sweetest sound in the world is one's own name. If you have realized, you can experience when somebody calls your name, you feel happy, you feel elated. I was teaching in class one some years back, and there was a student who used to run around in the class very often. You know, class one children, they come to the class for the first time, not like now where from 2 years they start. This child was running in the class, and I used to call him Sohan, Sohan. It became, I was observing, he was doing it more and more. It is, if we are calling the name often, for what we are calling, they like to do it more and more. This is one of the simplest way of controlling the behavior of the student. If I call the name, what happens? The unwanted behavior increases because they love to hear their name. One is, first we associate ourselves, we form our identity with our names. What is the next one? The mental representation of ourselves for us.
Ma'am, maybe it's the profession
Yeah.
that we are into.
I could not.
Ma'am, the profession that we are into.
Okay,
ma'am.
okay. Later stage, definitely yes, the profession, because we choose a profession based on our personal likes and the personal values. So the profession which we choose should align with the liking and the values. For example, I chose the profession of teacher. So that shows that the teaching profession is about valuing education and loving, a value to help others. We have to analyze our liking, our values, then we have to choose a profession, then we become, there is a congruence. My liking, my value aligning with the profession which I choose, profession becomes a life. It's not something different from me. That's the usual way it has to be done. Let us see whether all of us choose a profession of, in later classes, we can see what is that conflict we have in formation of identity. What is that which is obstacle in the formation of identity? Where are those aspects coming in? When we talk of determinants of identity formation, we shall discuss this at length. Initially, when you're growing, when first is your name. Of course, profession also gives an identity. Anything else comes to your mind? Again, I am getting message that some students are not able to join. I'm really sorry and don't know what is the reason. Alka, can you find?
If we ask a small child,
Yes, Pooja is saying something.
yes, ma'am.
Well,
When the second thing that comes, if we ask a child or a growing child, then he'll answer, I am the son and daughter of so and so,
so the
giving the parents' identity.
Yes, the belongingness to the family. Name, then to where I belong. Along with name, is there something else? For example,
Yes, ma'am.
Shalini?
Ma'am, human behavior, how he or she treats the society on this basis, identity also used to be formed.
Can you repeat, Shalini?
Ma'am, human behavior, like how he or she treats the society.
Correct.
And
Yeah, your values, how you are treating others. So based on that, others perceive you. So in identity formation, one is how you see yourself and how others see you. How we see ourselves is the personal identity which we create for ourselves, that some things are not in our hands, we have got it. For example, one is name and the family we are born in, and along with the name, if I analyze my own name, you all can analyze your own names. If I analyze my own name, my name is Gauramma, IP. If I expand I and P, it is Ittira Puaya. There's so much associated with my whole name. Because if somebody sees my full name, they know so many things about me. What are those so many things people can know by knowing my full name?
Ma'am,
The
it is from
family
where you
which you
belong
belong
in
to.
your culture and
Okay.
family.
Kathy, say, just a minute.
Your
Bharati.
father's name.
Kathy, Kathy, you want to say something? Please tell.
Yes, ma'am. From your name tells from the family which you belong, about your culture,
Okay.
and it can also tell about the region from which you belong.
So where do I belong to?
I don't know. That sounds.
Hmm?
I don't have that much of knowledge title.
You don't know. Okay. Okay. Anybody? Where do I belong to?
Andhra Pradesh.
Based on my name. Okay. Abhinash is
Karnataka,
saying Andhra Pradesh,
maybe.
Karnataka, maybe. Okay. 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 Anyway, you can guess. Further guess you cannot, because as Kathy very clearly said, I do not know much about it. You are right. You're very young. You're growing. Those who have more exposure into Karnataka, or for example, people from Karnataka. I'm from Karnataka, Abhinash.
Ma'am, Kodagu.
Poor
Yeah.
guess.
What do you know about? No problem. You're very close. Andhra and Karnataka are border states, and my name also is seen in Andhra Pradesh. Neha, what do you know about Kodagu?
Ma'am, by your dressing style, I thought you are from Kodagu. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
What is the guess? By what you are guessing? My name? Is it
Uh,
by my name?
the way you wear your sari.
Okay. See, the dress adds to the identity. The way we dress, where we belong to. Because just by knowing, see, a class of 100, I'm really sorry if some are not able to join. I will test it once again, because I have 250 as a limit to my class. The way we dress becomes our identity. Where we belong to, the land where we belong to becomes our identity. Anything else is there with this?
Ma'am,
Our physical body.
Culture. Yes, culture. That is the food we eat, the language we speak, the traditions we follow. All this become a part of it. Is a cultural identity also comes. Uh, for example, people from Karnataka, or some of you like Neha could guess that I am from Kodagu. That Kodagu is a small district in Karnataka where there is a different culture, and with my even my accent may be giving you some indication from where I am, isn't it? The way we speak, does it not give out my identity?
No, ma'am.
No. Anybody?
Yes, ma'am, it does actually. The accent.
Anyway, I'm happy if it is not, because I think I have a very strong South Indian accent, because it is dependent on the home language or the genetic language. Because you all know there is a language acquisition device with which we are born with. We are genetically ingrained for some language sounds, that is called as the LAD, the language acquisition device by Noam Chomsky. And that is very strong in all of us. As we grow, the neighborhood, the environment, the culture in which we are in also determines that, because some people who are not born in that region and fully brought up outside, they may not have that much of culture, that accent in them. I remember a small joke here, because somebody was sharing when I was coming to Bhubaneswar. They said, see, when people from Odisha speak English, there is a slight difference. People from West Bengal, when they speak English, there is their own. So it is, we should feel proud of those things, because they are our identity. People from Uttar Pradesh, people from, usually by and large, it may not be very distinct in some people, but it may be distinct in some. But some sounds are very typical of some natives, some place, because they are born with that. There is a genetic makeup of that kind of sound in there from birth, and if they are brought up in the same area, that gets stronger and stronger. I also have certain sounds which are very much, which I have carried from my native language. The joke is about, somebody told, it is not, excuse me, it's not to, it's just, it's very interesting. I like it because there is something with us to where we belong to, and that's a pride. We should not be ashamed of the accent, or we can improve ourselves if possible to an extent, but there is nothing to be ashamed of. Somebody told one person, it is not peace, it is fish. Then that person said, we are not native speakers of English, so we call fish as fish. What does it say?
We shouldn't be ashamed of our native language.
One is that, and sometimes, see, we say fish as fish. We cannot say fish like a native speaker. Maybe the way I say also is not. It is so much ingrained in us. So I'm telling, the language, as you rightly said, the culture is our identity. Our food, our language, our tradition, sometimes our mannerisms, our culture, everything gets reflected in us as our identity. Other than this basic level, next comes the belongingness. I belong to my family. Somebody, Pooja, I think, said that we say we are the son and daughter of so and so. So our identity associates with our parents, and you will also say sibling of so and so, grandchild of so and so. So all these things, our family background, our relationship with the family first, and later with the school. This identity formation happens right from our birth as we grow. And I want you to just recall the theory of Erik Erikson in your first semester, if you can recall. Somebody are joining now, Alka. Somebody are allowed.
Yes, ma'am. One girl told me that she's trying, but
Okay,
it's
so
not
just you
happening.
ask her if she could join, okay? Because I'm seeing it's
Yes.
100. Let me see.
Okay, ma'am.
What was I asking?
Erik Erikson's theory.
Yes. Anybody remember?
Ma'am, I remember about the psychosocial development. We had a project on
It is
that.
the theory of psychosocial development, wherein there is a stage where he gives a specific identity formation as a stage. Do you remember which stage is that? Or what are the stages before that? Anybody can recall?
Ma'am, fifth stage.
What are those earlier stages?
Identity versus role confusion.
So you are able to see my screen? Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
this, I have just put the picture of identity versus role confusion, which is from age 13 to age 19, where it gets formulated, but the previous stages are also contributing to the development of identity. If you can remember anybody, the earlier stages?
Trust and distrust.
Ma'am, trust versus mistrust.
Very
0
good.
to 18 years.
Versus mistrust,
Autonomy versus doubt.
Autonomy versus shame.
autonomy versus shame,
Initiative versus guilt.
initiative versus guilt,
Inferiority.
Industry versus inferiority.
very good, very good. Industry versus inferiority, and then comes the stage of identity versus role confusion. If you can quickly relate your concept of development of psychosocial stages, you can see from the first stage itself how important it is that the child develops a trust by getting the physical needs fulfilled. Autonomy versus shame, where the muscular activities are developing and that gets fulfilled. So that kind of an environment is required wherein they get those needs fulfilled so that there is a positive development without the conflict of shame, like a feeling that I'm unable to do. Initiative versus guilt, it's more of moving, locomotor. They want to climb everything, they want to try everything. That is the initiative, and if there is no encouragement to that initiative, then what happens? They feel guilt. There is a guilt. Similarly, industry, as they enter into 10, 11, 12 years of age, there is so much of energy in them. They want to take responsibility of something. And if we do not, because the role of adult in identity formation is very, very crucial. When this industry is there in the child, potentiality is inside and it wants to come out. If we do not give them the chance, option to exercise those things, they may feel inferior. If they come up with this conflicts more, when they reach this 13 years, beginning of adolescence, there will be a lot of role confusion. They're not clear about what I am, what I want, what are my likes and dislikes. We have to have a strong association with our likes also. Usually what happens, see this picture, it says this is the age wherein the peer relationship, friendship is very much valued. You have to have a relationship with your friend. Who are you? What are you with your friend? This is, say, school. What are you with your teacher? How are you projecting yourself in front of a teacher? Then slowly you become a responsible individual as a citizen of the nation, wherein it should be aligning. If you want to project yourself as something very different in one place and different in another place, there is a lot of confusion. Usually, we have to allow children to go out and explore themselves and not force into what others want them to do. For example, see here, this is wanting our way for youngsters. And this is another important aspect of this stage is having role models. Who are our role models?
Ma'am, the people we look up to and want to become like that in life.
You can think of your own role models. I'll come to you. Okay. It is the formation of identity is right from birth, and as we grow, it gets stronger and stronger if the positives, the environment is stimulating, and if the adult role there, is stronger, not just parents, it is the family members, the neighbors, in school, the teachers, peer group, the near community, then exposure into the larger community. All these help in shaping our identity. So there may be, some of you may be thinking, you may be at the end of the stage, you may be 18, you're in the formative stage still, 18, 19. So it's very good, but don't think if you have crossed 19 you cannot form your identity. You still can, knowing it. And when you are becoming, you have a fourth unit where we look, where you are looking at identity of a teacher, because this is a profession of making you a teacher. How a teacher identity is formed, you will be looking at that. So sorry, just a minute. Identity formation is a mental representation of self. There is a personal continuity. What do you understand when we say a personal continuity in the formation of identity?
Ma'am, maybe it means that it's a never-ending process and it goes on.
Anything else? Can you think of anything else? It's a little different than that. Yes, it is true that it continues.
Ma'am, to be continued with
Sorry,
what you are.
Sorry, can you repeat?
Ma'am, to be continued with what you are.
Yeah, it is. Identity formation happens with a continuity. If we show a similar kind of value throughout, continuously, then we get associated with that identity. For example, say your integrity, your values, your beliefs, your feelings, food habits, everything can form a continuity. If you are coming to the class regularly, 9 o'clock, so it is associated, oh, that student who comes to class at 9 o'clock. Oh, that student who's very punctual, that student who's very regular. It can be the other continuity also, the negative, but let me say a word of caution. By nature, human beings are not for the negatives. For example, coming late. Somebody who is a continuum of always absent in the class, not coming on time to class. This is not the basic nature of human being. There is something which is responsible for this behavior that can be very easily modified, because by nature a human individual wants to be at the positive side. In identity formation also, if there is something which is going negative, like not abiding by the rules, doing something which is not liked by others, these are all because of certain reasons. If we analyze the reasons, we are able to help them come out of those things. Because there is a very beautiful saying which goes as, nobody wants to be a bad kid, nobody wants to be a failure, nobody wants to screw up somebody's life. They are doing it because they do not have a tool not to do it. See, this is very encouraging for teachers, because we cannot look at somebody as who's doing something wrong, because they are doing that. As adults, we have a role, we have a responsibility to see that we give them some. A tool means what? We give them a support that they don't do it, because it is they do not know how to do the other way. That is the positive, the acceptable way how to do, they do not know. So personal continuity is something which is with you throughout. It could be a food habit also, which gives you a identity. Any of you remember any experience of your, I thought I have to give you some time to analyze yourself. Maybe next class we'll have, because it's already 10:35. You should be ready for your next class also. See the personal continuity, the uniqueness. So next class we shall discuss these things in detail. Like I want you to have a small exercise at home. You can write about yourself. What is the uniqueness in you? What is that personal continuity you have been doing right from the beginning? This is by personal continuity and uniqueness, there is an individualization. That means how people look at you. Identity is one by what we think who we are. The other thing is what are we to others, how others perceive. Sometimes we don't know how others perceive us. They may perceive us based on our physical appearance, based on our values, based on our ideas, based on, you can say what it is. Food habits, yeah. Because sometimes I just remember this, my son was posted in extreme areas like the borders, like Lalgarh, Jatta. Nobody knows. Even people from Rajasthan will ask, where is that place? That's near. If I say Ganganagar, they will know. And he was in Ahirgarh. If I say, people from Arunachal Pradesh also will ask, where is that? Because that is the border of Arunachal Pradesh, which is near Sela Pass. And he was posted in Bandipora in the valleys of northern valley of Srinagar. But wherever he goes, he makes sure that he gets his morning cup of coffee. So there is a continuum. There is nothing that stops somebody to get what they want, what they like to have. It could be food also. And you know how he is known, because they have a big troop. So if somebody is not knowing him, he is known as, "Oh, saab hai na jo coffee pita hai." Oh, see how an identity forms with a continuum and with the food also. The person who likes to eat or drink something also is a part of us. So let us, today's exercise is identify how much you love yourself and what are those aspects in you that makes you fall in love with yourself. Next class, you will begin with all these things. And we'll go ahead in next class, we'll complete the identity formation, because further we have to go into know what are the determinants of identity formation. Okay. I know, because sometimes, you know, what we are good at, people identify us based on what we are good at. So we all like that, you know, we like people recognizing us. That is why sometimes we perform. I remember in your class, if I remember, Ashit, somebody is there by name Ashit. No. I remember Anand, because he spoke very well in one of the programs. See, by exposing yourself with something which you are good at, you create an identity for yourself. I remember Ashit singing a very beautiful song in one of the programs. He's not in your class? Anand Raj, I can see. I remember, because he spoke very well in one of the national festivals. Who's Ashit? I want him.
Ma'am, he might be Arjit. Ma'am,
Arjit.
Arjit.
Yes, Avinash. Thank you. He's Arjit. Is he not in the class? One day I want to listen a song from him, and one class I'll give to Anand Raj for 10 minutes to speak on one topic, and I want you also to come out with your own talents in which you love. What is that which you love? What is that which you want to be known as? Sometimes it's difficult. For example, I want to be a very good singer. I want to see myself as a very good singer, but I'm not able to sing as beautifully as Archit sings. Okay, shall we see in the next class then? It's time for you to leave. Bye bye. Have a nice
Yes,
day and
ma'am.
see you next Wednesday, same time, same class.
Okay,
Thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome, welcome.
Thank you,
This
ma'am.
class,
Thank you, ma'am.
next class, you will speak more. Okay, I want to know you all. I know very few of you. Okay, bye
Bye,
bye.
ma'am.
Bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
I can see Pooja. Okay, you may leave the class.